If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
Brooks Running reminds us that we're all powered by something. Whether it's the me-time energy of a run after a day at the office, the electrifying energy of your first marathon, or the infectious energy of a group run with your friends. No matter what energy powers you, Brooks has gear specifically designed to unleash it. So lace up and let it out. Let's run there. Visit brooksrunning.com today to learn more.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Attention Ditto Heads. Attention Bo Scouts.
Goes by the pseudonym Bo Snerdley.
It's time for the Soul of Excellence.
He is a radio host here in New York.
The Rush Hour is on the air.
Rush.
Now here's James Golden.
People have asked whether or not I'm going to attend the State of the Union address. I'd rather stick needles in my eyeballs. This man is a pathological liar, and I'm not going to dignify this speech by sitting there after he tells one lie after another. These are not normal times. This is not business as usual, but I will be there to call it his bullshit on social media, so stay tuned.
Rather stick forks in my eyes than be here tonight to listen to Donald Trump talk about the State of the Union. But this is the people's house, and I will not abandon the people's house. And that is why I feel it's really important to bring Angel Silva here to represent and have Donald Trump have to look in the face tonight the people that he has hurt across our country.
Democrats, I'd rather stick pins in my eyes. I'd rather stick a fork in my eye. What is it with Democrats wanting to stick things in their eyes? That was Jim McGovern from Massachusetts. And Angie Craig from Minnesota. And Angie Craig's the one that would rather stick forks in her eyes. Jim McGovern wants to stick pins in his eyes. And the Democrats apparently are planning some shenanigans tonight. They're going to stage, supposedly, this is what is being reported, stage some walkouts during the speech, try to disrupt, the Democrat stuff, Democrat political theater. Welcome, my friends, to the Tuesday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour, fastest hour in American media. I'd rather stick pins in my eyes. I don't want to stick anything in my eyes. Just put on glasses.
The State of the Union, are you watching?
Am I going to watch it? Of course I'm going to watch it. Yeah, you're watching it too? Whoa, Carlos. I mean, come on, it's not a hockey game or anything, although...
I'm watching it for the jokes, because I love how they do the jokes on people, every now and then,
Oh, you're watching it for the jokes. I'll be watching it for other reasons. Cut 3. Jack Hughes, hockey star. U.S. hockey team. And he said he's going to be there. I think yes, the hockey team, they're at the White House. They were at the White House. Good.
Are you guys excited to be going to the White House and meeting Trump?
Yeah, we're excited. I mean, anytime, everything is so political. We're athletes. We're so proud to represent the U.S. And when you get the chance to go to the White House, meet the president, we're proud to be Americans, and, that's so patriotic. So no matter what your views are, we're super excited to go to the White House tomorrow and just be a part of that.
How do you feel about the women not going?
They got busy schedules too. I mean, I know we're getting everyone's giving us backlash for all the social media stuff today, but it's so negative. People are so negative out there, and they're trying to find a reason to just put people down and make something out of almost nothing. But our relationship with them over the course of being in the Olympic Village, I think we were so tight with their group and our group after we won the gold medal.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday I said, I hope he's inviting the women too. Little did I know at the time that he made a lighthearted remark when he was talking to some men from the men's hockey team. He said, I guess I'm going to have to invite the women, otherwise they'll impeach me. And they invited the women. And the women said, "Niet." That's Soviet language. "Niet. Niet. They're not going to come to the White House." So, I mean, look, up to them. If they don't want to visit the White House, don't want to show up. Seriously, was that any cause for, do you think that his offhand remark, he meant that in a bad way? Or was he just being lighthearted with the guys? I guess I better invite the women too, otherwise they might impeach me. I'm sure he didn't mean, well, am I wrong that should not have been taken as an insult? But I don't know whether that's the reason they said they're not going, or they're not going for some other reason. What? If they don't want to go, then stay home. Or wherever you're going. Like he said, they have busy schedules too. But they were at the White House. The male hockey team showed up to the White House, and it looks like they were having a pretty good time of it. That's what he said. He'd have to invite the women's hockey team, or else I'd probably be impeached. Okay. Other things in the news, my friends. Snowball fight, supposedly. Ended up with some New York police officers being wounded. Lacerations, face. Some of the people in Washington Square Park were throwing chunks of ice. If you see the videos of it, it may have started off friendly, but it ended up with people trying to really attack the cops. Now, the New York City mayor, Zoran Mondani, I don't have the quote because anybody say, I saw the videos. It was a snowball fight. It's a snowball fight. He's not going to... And he admitted that 2 police officers have lacerations, but he could care less. It was a snowball fight. We're not going to... Who cares if they're hurting cops? It's just a disgrace. But this is what you elected for mayor, and so now, as we all say, elections have consequences. So do primaries, by the way. There is a U.S. representative in Tejas. His name is Tony Gonzalez. He's a Republican. Other Republicans are urging him to resign. He's in the middle of a very tight primary battle. And Lauren Boebert, Thomas Massey, Nancy Mace, DQ, and Paulina Luna of Florida are all demanding that he step down immediately. He told reporters today he's not going to resign. Now, why? Why? Apparently, there's a woman involved. The San Antonio Express News reported late last week that it had obtained text messages in which a former staffer of the Republican representative, by the name of Regina Ann Santos Alivis, wrote to a colleague that she had had an affair with the congressman. So, I know that this is never, ever done, never heard of, a staffer having an affair with the boss. Just never happens in America. I mean, everyone knows that staffers having affairs is forbidden. Doesn't happen ever. Or shouldn't ever. But it complicates because in September of last year, Regina Ann Santos Olivas perished. She set herself ablaze. That, you talk about a horrible way to go. She set herself on fire in the backyard of her Uvalde home. Suicide by self-immolation. I mean, it's just horrible. And as a result, these congressmen and congresspeople are now saying that the congressman who was alleged to have an affair with this woman should resign. No one's waiting for all the facts to come out. They're all just saying he needs to resign. He needs to resign. You have Boebert, who was in do you remember when Boebert was in the movie theater with some guy, not her husband, and supposedly they were doing things in the movie theater? She denied it was her. Then they had video that it was her, and whatever. And apparently he was in the movie theater, things that people do in the dark in the movie theater when you're a kid. Most of us, when you grow up, you have your own place to do those things in. But, so Boebert is one of the ones that's calling him for resign. Nancy Mace, DQ, Paulina Luna, and then there's Thomas Massey. So they're all urging him to resign right now, in the middle, as tight as things are now. Republicans urging another Republican to step down. And that got me thinking. Democrats never urge another Democrat to step down. Do you remember what they did with old George Santos? Is he out of jail now? Didn't Trump pardon him? He's out. He's out of the poke. He wasn't having a fun time in the slammer. We assume. I mean, because, some might say that, I can't. No, I'm not going to say that. Some might think that he could have a different kind of a jail experience, but I don't want to go there. Let's not go there. Anyway, Republicans ditched that guy. They didn't even wait for a trial, wait for anything. We got to get rid of him. Get rid of him. Democrats never do that. Representative LaMonica McIver is still in Congress, and every hearing she gets, she's the one that just asked, what is it, ICE guy, if he's going to go. She pretty much told him he's going to go to hell, asked him if he's a religious person, how you going to feel in hell and all that kind of stuff. She's on trial right now. The case still goes on. She has to face at least 2 of the 3 charges. She could face up to 17 years in prison if she's convicted. This is the one that struck an ICE agent, allegedly. Then there's Florida Democrat Representative Sheila McCormick, who was indicted November 2025 on federal charges for allegedly stealing over $5 million in FEMA funds. And she apparently used that money, they say, to fund her 2021 campaign. Democrats are not demanding that she leave Congress. She's still there after being indicted. Then you have Ayanna Pressley. Her wealth has just shot up. And her husband, who had served 10 years in the pokey for drug trafficking before his release, has a consulting firm. And after she came to office, boy, oh boy, did they get a lot of money in there. And then there's, of course, Ilhan Omar's wealth, and she's still around in Congress. Democrats never say Let's get rid of our people. But Republicans can't wait for some reason. As soon as there's some kind of allegation, oh, no, he must resign. Oh, no, he must resign. It's ridiculous. You know who's caught up in the Epstein scandal now? You're not going to believe it if you haven't seen it. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking. There's a picture of Stephen Hawking at Epstein Island in between two honeys. Now, we don't know what he did with those two honeys. He has a drink. One of the honeys is helping him hold the drink. But he's in between two honeys. He was. At Epstein Island. There was some kind of scientific conference going on there. I wonder if they had anything with biology. Now, I wonder if Democrats, liberals, going to demand that Stephen Hawking's memory be banned from Earth. James Golden and Snerdley coming back. Don't go away.
Rush. This is the Rush Hour with James Golden.
Bo Snerdley.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
James Golden, known popularly as Bo Snerdley.
This is the Rush Hour with James Golden.
Rush.
AOC's trip overseas is still getting reviews. Here's a review from Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana.
Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez went to Munich this week and made some comments about foreign policy. Look, I don't hate anybody, and I certainly don't hate the Congresswoman. But how can I put this? The Congresswoman is kind of like Vice President Kamala Harris, but with more bartending experience. She has never been accused of being a policy maven. You put her in a presidential primary with Elizabeth Warren or Rahm Emanuel, they will devour her like a light snack. I probably shouldn't say this, but she can get me back. Somebody told me a joke today. They said Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez announced today categorically that she is not a moron. And she went on to say she hasn't even been to Utah, much less embraced their religion. Now, she can get me back. I don't dislike the Congresswoman, but our plan for dealing with her, as I've said before, has always been Operation Let Her Speak. And so far it's working, and my message to my friend the Congresswoman is, you go, girl. You just keep it up.
Oh, boy. Stay right here, folks. Don't go away. We've got more.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
James Golden, known popularly as Bo Snerdley.
This is the Rush Hour with James Golden.
Rush.
I'm part of the 40% of Americans that still have not gotten a real ID because I simply have not found the time to wait in line at the DMV for hours on end. And I'm somebody who's self-employed. So imagine if you are a worker who's hourly and does not have the time or capacity to give a whole day worth of pay to stand in line at the DMV. It does create accessibility challenges around your social class and status, and that's something that's not fair. So I think we can talk about making it easier for people to vote who are citizens, sure, and we can compare ourselves to other countries, but we also have to have a conversation around how other countries make voting more accessible and getting your ID more accessible. And to your
now, that particular gal looks like to be in her maybe mid-20s. Looks like she spends hours on her hair, which is a totally different color than her eyebrows, by the way. I don't know how that happens. Yes, I do. And she's in this beautiful place that looks like hours and hours and hours spent decorating It's got one of those minimalist looks, designer looks. But I can't spend hours and hours and hours in line at the DMV. But she can spend hours and hours in front of a mirror, apparently. Yeah. Really, it's that hard to get an ID. You know, a lot of DMV places have appointments. You go, you make an appointment. You go in there now, since COVID. Also, good news. 2 counts of good news. One, tomorrow, Her Highness will be visiting us for analysis of the SOU. Princess Diana will be here. And the second bit of and I can't wait. That's always exciting. That means if I miss something tonight, doubtful, because if I miss something, I usually go back and watch it in the morning on C-SPAN. I usually don't miss anything, but we'll see. But she'll be here. She always has great analysis, as you all know. Secondly, we've heard from Latina Brown. Latina Brown. I DM'd her, and she hit me right back. She said, hey, Bo, be an honor to come on your show. And we're going to make arrangements. She left me her contact information. And if you don't remember who Latina Brown is, we played one. I said she sounds like it could be a movie, like Jackie Brown, like Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown. We could do Latina Brown. Latina Brown is a BA. She's bad. So here's Latina Brown. This is one of the pieces that we played the other day when Mondami announced he was going to raise your taxes.
Hey guys, this is Latina, your favorite community advocate. This video is for Governor Kathy Hochul. I am calling on you and your administration to strip financial power away from Zohran Mamdani because he is clearly unfit to lead the city as a leader. And on top of that, this budget that he put together, he is merely focused on illegals. He is not focused on the American people. He is not focused on the taxpayers. If he accomplishes raising the New York City property tax, it is going to be a domino effect and the black community will feel it first. It's going to start from condos to co-ops to buildings that black homeowners own. You're going to push out your voting bloc. You're going to push out the people who have been carrying the burden of the Democratic Party for decades. So I'm calling on Governor Hochul to do a removal of power from Mayor Zohran Mamdani. Remove his financial powers. That budget is a damn slap in the face to the black community and to all of the small property owners, and you know it. City Council, do the right thing and shut down that preliminary budget. You already know what's going to happen. That whole, you're going to raise the taxes for people that make over $122,000 a year is a damn joke, and you know it. There are people who are barely making ends meet. So you're going to hit them with additional taxes? Really? Because he can't get his way, because he wants to fund his illegals? The illegals that come in, they're benefiting off of the backs of the taxpayers. That's what this is all about. Let's stop this already. Governor Hochul, do the right thing. Remove financial power from Mayor Mamdani.
Yes, Latina Brown, ladies and gentlemen. In the days ahead, Latina will be on this program. We're going to ask her about her views on the mayor. Now, let us Princess Diana, Lady Benedict, I need your help. America's small caffeinated mom, you might want to jump on this, and maybe even the Countess of Conspiracy. You women, you all women, you know how to read things that sometimes men don't know how to read. We played Gavin Newsom yesterday, insulting black people. We have some more stuff on that. That's a day-old news story, though, so we have to... But Gavin Newsom said something else, and I don't quite know how to read this. So I'm going to ask the women in this audience to help me understand. What is Gavin Newsom? It's a very quick bite. It's a very quick bite, and I don't know exactly... It's cut 5, Carlos. I don't know exactly what Gavin Newsom's point is here. What is he trying to say? Ladies, I need your help with this. I need to understand what Governor Newsom What is the point of him saying the following?
And for those that don't know Willie Brown, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown.
What does that mean? For those of you that don't know Willie Brown, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris. Play it again. For those of you that don't know.
And for those that don't know Willie Brown, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown.
You wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown. I wonder what that means. Maybe somebody will tell me. Okay, we know what's going on in Mexico, but there's also, speaking of Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom and that crowd, Harry Enton, CNN pollster, has some things to say about how the American public so far is measuring up Democrats who are the potential candidates in the 2028 presidential sweepstakes. And this is Harry.
They're all running, and this is just a downright clown car at this point on the Democratic side. I mean, just take a look here. Top choices for the 2028 Dem-Pres nominee. You have a leader, but it's not really a clear leader. It's within the margin of error. You have Newsom at 19%. Then you have former Vice President Kamala Harris at 18%. Quite a weak number for her, given that, of course, she was the nominee last time around. Pete Buttigieg, who, of course, has run before, 13%. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez at 12%. This is just a total clown car. It is a total mess. There is no clear front runner at this particular point on the Democratic side. Who the heck knows who the nominee is going to be in 2 years?
It's been a long time since we've had a Democratic race like this.
Yeah, it has been a long time. This is very unusual for the Democratic side to not have a clear front runner at this point. National early poll leader at least 25%. Look at this. This year, we get the giant question mark. No one. In 2020, when there was no incumbent, it was Joe Biden who was there, Hillary Clinton in both 2008 and 16, and Al Gore in both 2000 and 2004 at this point. We're at least at 25% of the early polls. You have to go all the way back from when I wasn't even in elementary school yet, not even in pre-K yet, to 1992. That was the last cycle in which there was no clear front runner at this point. Very unusual.
Just to be clear, this isn't predicted because she didn't win in this primary and he didn't run. But this gives you a sense of a year out. So what about Newsom? What are the prediction markets saying his odds are?
Yeah, okay. So it seems to me that...
Yeah. Not good. Let's see. Okay, I've gotten answers on what that Gavin... I have some answers, ladies and gentlemen, from the princess and from Lady Benedict on what Newsom meant. Lady Benedict says that what Gavin... Play that one more time. Play that one more time, please.
And for those that don't know Willie Brown, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown.
Anyway, Lady Benedict says that means her rise to fame was based on... I don't know whether I can read the rest of this. Let me see how I can... I'll just read it the way that she said it. This is from Lady Benedict. This is not me. And I just disclaimer before I read this. This is a family program, and nothing that the host says should be considered. I'm reading a quote from someone else. This is not from your host, who acknowledges that this is a family program. Lady Benedict says her rise to fame was based on the rise she gave Willie Brown. Whew. Let's see. Countess Teresa out in Ohio, because of the rumor going around about the only way that Kamala Harris got into certain office, they said she was... Oh, come now. They said she was sleeping with Willie Brown, but I don't remember all the details. Oh, please. Why is it that when there's a strong woman, you have these allegations that she slept her way to the top? It's never on her merit. I mean, haven't you heard Kamala Harris speak? Clearly, this woman arrived at where she did. Princess Diana says, it reminds me when Rush called Kamala Willie Brown's mistress. Here we go again. America's small campaign. America's small caffeinated mom. Rhonda Schrock is even weighing in there. Rhonda says, a mistress? Why does everyone jump to that conclusion? Play Gavin Newsom one more time, please.
And for those that don't know Willie Brown, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown.
TJ, did you take that to mean anything anything untoward? Not at all. Carlos, do you take that to be anything untoward about Kamala Brown's abilities, about who she is?
What I understand from that statement is that Gavin Newsom really wants that ticket, and he's like willing to go all places in order to get the Democratic ticket.
Oh,
which means like if you want to mess with me, I'll mess with you. Like let's do this.
Ooh, you think that this is a political attack?
I think he knows that he's going to announce it like a last-minute run, and that's why like his way of saying that, stay where you are.
Oh, he's telling Kamala, stay in your lane, or he's going to come with the goods. So the day after he insults black people, then he goes, well, wait, what is Kamala? Wait a minute. No, let's not get into that because I don't want to be accused of, no, we're not going there. No. Not going to go there. We all know that. Let's move on, folks, to other things here. Gavin Newsom, cut 11. We have more reaction to Gavin from a social media woman who happens to be a person of color.
I would never understand the level of black people that's allowing Gavin Newsom to dumb himself down to try to say he like us.
Huh?
He is literally trying to dumb himself down to be relatable to black people. Are y'all serious right now? This man said, I'm just like y'all. I got a 960 on my ACT. I can't read. Like, seriously? And this is okay? That's not racist? And y'all want to elect him to be president? If a person ever feels like they have to dumb themselves down to be relatable to me, that's somebody you will never, ever, ever have to worry about me being around, associating with, or anything ever in life. Because, baby, I am very intelligent. Black people, we are very intelligent. You don't have to dumb yourself down to be relatable to a black person, especially a black American. That pissed me off so bad.
And now he's out attacking Kamala. What I mean, I assume from what I'm being told here. Yes, and that's right. Kamala got where she was on the strength of her speaking skills, her oratory performance, and the profound wisdom that she imparted. She's a strong woman. Strong woman. Okay, Minnesota. Fraud. But we have to break first. We don't know whether we're going to have time to squeeze in. A little Willie Brown lingo there. Squeeze in. Oh, wait a minute. Yo, is this Fitty? This Fitty? Yo, y'all, this Fitty. Yo, if Fitty in the house. On this day, notice I'm saying this, I'm trying to relate, ebonically, my peeps. Yo, y'all, on this day, like, in 2010, like, Fitty was being sued because he supposedly, like, distributed a homemade sex video. And so somebody was suing him. Her name was Lastonia Levin. She said that she made the private video with a lover, and then 50 Cent posted the video on his website after blowing out her lovers, and then he put himself in it. Like he was the narrator of like what was happening with that. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So he like faked a sex video that he didn't even get none. I'm like, how cold-blooded is that, yo? You edit out like her sex video when you put yourself in it, like blurring out and then like narrating it. Like, yo, Olympic sex with 50 Cent. Okay, my friends, let's turn ourselves away from that and get back to real life. James Golden, Snerdley, fastest hour in American media. Don't go away.
Rush. This is the Rush Hour with James Golden.
Bo Snerdley.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network. It's the Rush Hour with James Golden.
Goes by the pseudonym Bo Snerdley.
Rush. Now here's James Golden.
To make a correction here, I quoted the late Rush Limbaugh saying that Kamala was Willie Brown's mistress. No. That's not what was said. Princess Di pulled the quote. He was reading a story from The Spectator. Why should it matter to women that Kamala slept her way up? It's no secret, but public knowledge that Kamala Harris slept her way up in California political life by being a very public escort and mattress for California Democrat kingmaker Willie Brown. Now, some people read this story, mattress? Didn't he mean mistress? No. I think they meant mattress here. So the quote was not that she was his mistress, but she was his mattress. We are leaving with Roberta Flack today, who passed away last year this day. You know, she lived next door to John Lennon and Yoko, and their son Sean grew up calling her Aunt Roberta. But she was just one of the greatest ever. And also on this day in 1973, Roberta went number one with this one, Killing Me Softly. One of her biggest. May God bless, protect each and every one of you, family and loved ones. God willing, back tomorrow. Till then, bid you adieu. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. You can hear Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour weekdays at 4 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.